I guess we could have said the eagle has landed when Nancy Pelosi touched down. But I think it's more appropriate to say the bird brain has landed. And when you look at the pictures of her, here she is as she's getting, oh, that's the wrong one there. Let's see. That's the one as she's getting off of the plane. Yeah, look at that. She's so brave. She has braved the threats of the Chinese communists to shoot down her plane. And as she gets off, she's all masked up. It's a masquerade, isn't it? Everything about politics is a masquerade. She defies Biden and Xi, the Chinese president as well. That Xi, the man who identifies as president. Both of them, I should say. And then she lines up with everybody on the tarmac, everybody wearing masks, because, Taiwan is all about freedom, right? Why should we ever go to war to protect a country where all the leaders are wearing masks and everybody believes in this? Taiwan was one of the primary places to jump into this thing from the very beginning. We've got a frozen video there somehow. I don't know if that's going to come back or not, but let's go back to this is where she is meeting with someone, it's not her counterpart. It's the Taiwanese president, and they are furious. Well, and they got it right as they said, well, this could help Nancy Pelosi. It could help to distract from her string of bad press after her husband was recently arrested for drunk driving. And then you see his stock purchases demonstrate the fact that Nancy Pelosi is still engaged in insider trading and has been all along. She's been the poster child for corruption and insider trading. So the threats from the Chinese government we now see were idle threats. They do that all the time. They do that about the South China Sea. Do not go into South China Sea. We own South China Sea. So it's like, well, now that you said that, we have to go there to keep it open. Nancy Pelosi didn't really have to go, but she did. And she's going to brag about how fearless she is. The Chinese were saying the PLA, that's their army, will not sit idly by. And the big mouth politician who was putting out these threats says, if she dares to go, let's wait and see. So again, the question was going to be, who would save face and how would they do it? That kind of rhetoric guaranteed that she was going to go. And so the Chinese article droned on and on for dozens of paragraphs, quoting a parade of Chinese officials and analysts who thundered about the PLA's awesome capabilities and their hair-trigger battle preparations, even as her plane was floating serenely past them. But it is hilarious, they said, that the number 3 political figure in the world's number 1 country is hiding like a rat and being smug about it, they said. She snuck across the strait. Well, okay, the fact that what is hilarious is that she's hiding behind the mask. That's what's hilarious. And then they capped it off by taunting her. They said Pelosi's visit, since her visit, Beijing has decided, this is how they walk it back and how they save face. Since her visit, Beijing has decided that it, quote, has no interest in getting involved in a spat with an 82-year-old lady. Ouch. They mentioned her name. The ultimate insult for Nancy, who has done so much to cover up that fact that she's 82, I guess. But, there is this. I can imagine that there really wasn't much substance to her trip, even though there was a lot of distraction and noise about it, because it probably went something like this.
We're sending stuff over to the Senate. Well, most of the product that we've done is, except now what we may have added in the last day or so, and some of what we added is Senate to the bill, like a hearing. Bernie doesn't like hearing. Excuse me, Bernie loves hearing. Manchin doesn't want hearing in the bill and all that stuff. So some is Senate-oriented, and then we have the family medical leave. We figured if they're putting things in, then we can put something in, even if Manchin doesn't like it. So we are getting some bird and privilege. I think mostly we're getting privilege scrub, because privilege strike is deadly to a bill. Birdable, it's important. You have to take it out, but privilege violation can take you out.
Passes for high-level talks.
So we're again getting that as we go along as well. But when we pass a bill, then they will see it in its aggregate and make some.
Any concerns that any of this is, quote, messaging, because that they have to take some of those things out regardless, no matter what you send over? You said you weren't going to send a messaging bill.
No, we're not sending a messaging bill, but we want to be sure that what we send is not birdable or bird bath or privilege scrub.
That's right. The bird has landed. Okay. Everybody talks about the bird. Bird. Bird is the word. So it would be a joke if it wasn't for this. As she's going, the U.S. is quietly sanctioning Chinese companies. And so when you look at this, you have to ask yourself, do they want war? I mean, these idiots that are up front, they don't run the country. The people who do run the country, and that's true certainly in the U.S., in China as well, they do want war. They do want war. So the federal government, the U.S. government, is sanctioning Chinese companies, pushing them. That's a sanction is the first act of war. It is. And we should understand that when they sanction us with lockdowns and other things, they've gone to war with us. They've gone to war with us. They've gone to war with Russia. They are now going to war with China with sanctions. And they're doing it at a time when everybody has populations that are fed up with their institutions. We're doing it at a time of global fourth turning. That's why they're exploiting that issue. A time of financial unrest. And if you look at what is happening in China, Chinese new home sales have cratered by 40% as the mortgage revolt spreads. So do you think that China has a motivation to, well, let's have a war so that people don't come after us as well? This is what all the countries do. The common man. They created Common Core to dumb down our children. They created Common Pass to track and control us. Their Commons Project to make sure the commoners own nothing. And the communist future. They see the common man as simple, unsophisticated, ordinary. But each of us has worth and dignity created in the image of God. That is what we have in common. That is what they want to take away. Their most powerful weapons are isolation, deception, intimidation. They desire to know everything about us while they hide everything from us. It's time to turn that around and expose what they want to hide. Please share the information and links you'll find at thedavidknightshow.com. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. If you can't support us financially, please keep us in your prayers. thedavidknightshow.com.